It's weird, it's like it's so typical Korea. I've only seen this in Korea where all the 할머니es just walk with a baby carriage.
한국에 온 지 4년째라는 네덜란드인 바트. 그의 유튜브 채널을 살펴보면 영상 하나하나가 심상치 않습니다. 비밀스러운 종로의 뒷골목이 사라져가는 이유, 한국의 아름다운 대평야를 착취한 일본의 방법, 백령도 주민들은 여전히 통일을 원할까? 네덜란드 참전 용사들이 한국 여행에서 감동받은 사연과 같이 흔한 먹방이나 한국 문화 체험이 아닌 독특한 이야기를 풀어가고 있기 때문인데요. 오늘은 한국 구석구석을 자전거로 돌아봤다는 바트의 여행기를 전해드리려 합니다. 자전거로 무려 2,000km나 여행했다고 하는데요. 그가 여행 중간에 여수 인근의 시골 마을에 들렸습니다. 바다로 둘러싸인 어촌을 둘러보며 이런 풍경은 한국에만 있는 것 같다. 이 작은 마을을 탐험하는 게 이토록 재미있을 줄 몰랐다. 보석 같은 곳이다라며 깜짝 놀라기도 했는데요. 그럼 지금부터 바트의 자전거 여행과 시골 마을 탐험 함께 보실까요?
Now covered 850 kilometers, so the end of the first half is in sight. Day after day I cycle through a new landscape. My emotions are also different from day to day. I have arrived at a point where the roads reflect loneliness. They give little inspiration, and I'm urgently looking for a new story.
This is by far the saddest house I've ever seen. Abandoned one. You see many of these in the countryside, but this is literally already taken over by nature, so you can see that it's a while ago that the owner of this house passed away.
As always, I'm looking for a story. Maybe I'm trying too hard or looking too deep. Am I not just a story? After all, it's my bike ride and the viewers look through my eyes, which is a crazy idea sometimes. What should I show them? What do they want to see? What role do I play in it?
The first 800 kilometers, nothing went wrong with my bike. And now suddenly, it's not even a bike, it's actually worse, it's the wreck. The wreck bent down, it just literally on the wheel. Oh fuck.
Luckily, the carrier could be attached again with a spare screw. What a lifesaver.
Let's go!
I cycle into the area of
Here we
Yosu.
are, Yosu!
And no, I don't go to the city, but I stay on the west side of Yosu. And unlike other remote areas, I found much less convenient stores and hotels here. The occasional homestay, but that's it then. While cycling through the area, I sometimes wonder what it's like for people to live in such remote areas, with few facilities and sometimes not even a small supermarket. What is it like growing up here?
Today my body just wasn't feeling right. A bit weak, cold at times, digestion problems.
Today my body is weaker than usual. These days are there, but instead of taking a rest, I cycle tens of kilometers extra, still looking for that one story. Towards the end of the evening, I arrive in a small village. Here to be precise.
But damn, what a nice place here.
Fortunately, there's a small quiet beach where I can place my tent to explore this village the next day. It's nothing less than a normal small Korean village, but that's exactly what I see the beauty in it. A glimpse into history.
When you see many of these, then you know that you're in a very old Korean town. All the harmonies walk with this. It's sad, it's cute, it's nice to see at the same time. It's weird, it's like it's so typical Korea. I've only seen this in Korea where all the harmonies just walk with a baby carriage around the town. And in this town there are many of them. Not surprisingly, the average age that's still here in this town is probably above 70 somewhere. But what surprises me is that they are all still working. Like young gods. Just working the fields, working the house, working the town. They do a lot of work on that age. If I imagine the Netherlands, I just imagine the elderly in an elderly house. Or people just taking care of them in general. But here they seem so independent and able to, well, with their children's carriage, to walk around and do some work. Survive. Respect. What's also cool is that this town is very old, but they have a very new art kiel, is how they call it. Just the main street has a lot of art, as you can see.
The village has everything that makes it a Korean village. The old people hard at work and like to walk around with prams or the tougher version, the quads. The harbor with private fishing boats, every piece of land used for agriculture, and let's not forget the empty houses of deceased residents. The youth are, of course, far from home.
Check this out, sometimes the houses are so old and badly maintained that you just seriously don't know whether it's abandoned or not. In this case I think it's abandoned, but people still use the space to put the crops. Or maybe not. I think it's abandoned. Let's check it out. This is so cool, you don't see this often, but there's an actual well here, a very old one. It's amazing exploring these little towns. I love it. Small gem, small gem. I seriously still have a hard time not feeling sad about this. People die, we all know that. But then, where they used to live their life is just being left behind like this.
It's not a Korean country town without the old tree. Every old village has an old tree.
Found the old tree. Happy me. I wonder, will they put a new sign every new year? 301, 302, 303. Now the question is, how old is this village? Is the tree older than the village? But I found a tree. There's always a tree. Always. It's so funny when you see a Hanado Marte or the Nongyeop Bank, then you know, okay, you're in a countryside, local town. It's pretty much the only mart and bank that wants to put their business in the local towns.
For many people, this village may have already been written off, but for me it's a small gem, where I'm only too happy to take a walk. This is how I realized that the story has been found, and I can quietly continue my bike ride. This time it will be sleeping under a bridge to prepare the island adventure.
Hey guys, I arrived at my